Hey, what's going on, Troll Splash here, back with another video. And in this video, we're just going to be starting a new series on my channel called NBA Talks NBA. And this is going to be every week on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Now I'm going to sit down with you guys for I don't know how long and talk NBA. It's going to be an uncut version, so I'm just going to sit here, tell you guys what happened in that week and everything. Now this episode will probably be the longest since, you know, we got to go over weeks of NBA, and the next week we'll only have to go over 1 week of the NBA. But yeah, we're gonna be starting this new series. It's gonna be every week, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So let's get right into the first thing that came up in free agency so far. Is LeBron James leaves the Cleveland Cavaliers to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I think a lot of people knew he was gonna leave the Cavaliers and go to another team. The three teams that were prospective to get him was the Lakers, the Rockets, and the 76ers. Now, personally, a couple months ago, I was like, you know what, the 76ers are probably going to get him. But in the last month, you know, my mind kind of changed, and I was thinking, you know, the Lakers would probably get him. But my thing about it is a lot of people are asking questions. If LeBron since LeBron went to the Lakers, he believes he can get a ring. But here's my theory about what's going to happen. Now, with LeBron in LA, he has a lot of young people who hasn't really, what's the word for it? Hasn't really experienced everything. They're not, you know, they don't know everything about the playing basketball yet. They're not their best they can be. They have young assets like Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. Those people have not fully developed yet, and you can't really be a championship team with all the players that has not yet developed. Now, they did pick up JaVale McGee from the Warriors. I am going to talk about the Warriors in a little bit, which I do not want to talk about the Warriors because the Warriors did ruin the NBA. But we're going to talk about JaVale McGee real quick. He left the Warriors. I'm not really sure how many years he signed with the Lakers. I think 1 or 2. But he'll probably be the center on the Lakers because Brook Lopez is, I guess, a free agent. He is not on the Lakers anymore, I think. So JaVale McGee will probably be that center for the Lakers. The Lakers also picked up Lance Stevenson and Rajon Rondo. So LeBron James does have some veteran talent on his team, as like Rajon Rondo and stuff, but he has a lot of young assets that can't really get him. I mean, they probably could, but I don't really see them being a championship team this upcoming season. Now, my prediction is the Lakers my personal prediction, or my personal opinion, the Lakers has a 0% chance of winning the NBA Finals this year. Now, last year, before DeMarcus Cousins joined the Warriors, I thought the Rockets had a 50% chance of winning the NBA Finals, and the Warriors had a 50% chance of winning the NBA Finals. But of course, the owner of the NBA or whatever, doesn't let Chris Paul go to the Lakers, but he lets DeMarcus Cousins go to the Warriors. He should be fired. He should be out of here now. Okay, this should not be a thing. Deals is not finalized yet. You can still change your mind and get DeMarcus Cousins out of Golden State. Now, DeMarcus Cousins, he turned down a deal from the Pelicans and I think the Lakers. A lot more money he got, but he's like, you know what, I'm going to take about $5 million and go to the Warriors, you know. So DeMarcus Cousins, I don't like him anymore. Well, I never really liked him. So one of the worst hated players by me right now. But, as I was saying, last year the Warriors had like a 50% chance of winning, in my opinion, and the Rockets had 50% chance. Now this year, the Warriors, personally, I think the Warriors probably have 80% chance of winning, and the Rockets have 20% chance of winning. Now the Rockets, Trevor Ariza left the Rockets to go to the Suns. That was kind of surprising to me that he left a championship contending team and went to the Phoenix Suns. Now the Phoenix Suns do have DeAndre Ayton now, and they got Mikal Bridges, so I think that they're going to be a solid squad. And if you guys haven't heard the news, Devin Booker, I think is it Devin Booker? He's upset about something, but I think he's going to sign a max contract. And also in Minnesota, Jimmy Butler upset with Karl Anthony Towns. So I don't know if Jimmy Butler is going to be signing that max. I heard that they're probably going to get him on a max. but I don't really know if that's been finalized or what. But is Jimmy Butler gonna leave? Is is he gonna stay in Minnesota? Is he gonna go to the Knicks? What's gonna happen? Now we also hear reports that next year in free agency, Kyrie Irving is wanting to go to the Knicks. Now, personally, why would you leave the Boston Celtics, who are a contending team, for the Knicks, who does not make the playoffs? Now, Kristaps, he's on the Knicks, but once he comes back, once Kristaps Porzingis comes back, is he going to be the same? He suffered a big injury, could be a career-ending injury. Is he going to be the same when he comes back? We don't really know for sure. And also, I mean, to be honest, with Boston, you don't really know the same for Gordon Hayward. Is he going to be the same when he comes back? What are they going to do with Gordon? Or what are they going to do with Kristaps? These big injuries that lead players. All of us guessing. Will this player be the same? It's pretty tragic. But that's enough talking about those two teams. Well, we still got some Warriors business to talk about. Kevin Durant signed a 2-year deal, if I am correct, with the Golden State Warriors. He did not want a long-term deal. I'm not really sure why. Now, this is some big news that I'm surprised to see. Paul George said he wanted to be a Laker, but since the Oklahoma City Thunder did not trade him to the Los Angeles Lakers, he changed his mind and said he does not want to go to the Lakers. He signed a $4 million deal with the OKC Thunder. Now, me personally, I thought LeBron and Paul George was going to team up in LA and be a solid squad. But Paul George all of a sudden changed his mind. Russell Westbrook threw a party that night of free agency, and Paul George signs a $4 million deal back in OKC. I think he's been around Carmelo Anthony too long, but I don't know. I mean, they did make the playoffs last season, lost in the first round to the Utah Jazz. Do I think they are a contending team? No. Do I think they'll make the playoffs this season? They are a Western Conference. I think they might. I think they'll make the playoffs. They also picked up Nerlens Noel, I think. But I think there might be like a 7th seed, personally, 6th, 7th seed in the West. Of course, LeBron James, I think he's been in the playoffs every single year since he's been in the NBA. If the Lakers don't make the playoffs this year, that's going to be really shocking to me personally. If they do not make the playoffs, I think everybody's going to be shocked by that. All right, moving on to Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, I don't really know how to say his name. I think he signed a 5-year max contract with the Denver Nuggets. Chris Paul, I think he signed a 4-year contract back with the Rockets. Clint Capella, he hasn't really finalized a team yet. He was playing for the Rockets. I don't really know if he's going to go back to the Rockets or what's his plan with his free agency. But we're going to see what Clint Capella does. DeMarcus Cousins, of course, you guys know. He signed with the Golden State Warriors. I already talked about that. Don't want to talk about that some more. DeAndre Jordan, he goes to the Dallas Mavericks. I think last season he wanted to go to the Dallas Mavericks. But he changed his mind and went back to the Clippers. This year he'll go to the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know if Dirk will still be there, but he'll be teaming up with the veteran Dirk, and they got Luka Doncic as a rookie. So I think that might be a solid squad. Do I think it's going to be a playoff squad? No, but I think they're going to get more wins than they did last season. So DeAndre Jordan, let's see what you can do. In the Mavs, the Clippers are a sucky team now. Surprisingly, they do got Lou Will, and they about made the playoffs last season, but we'll see what they can do this season. Eric Gordon, I think if I'm correct, he signed a 4-year deal back with Orlando Magic. I need to get some water real quick. I'm talking so much. Alright, excuse me. Alright, so now we're going to talk about Julius Randle. Now, he was on the Lakers, but of course you had to make room for LeBron James. So they did not re-sign him. They let him go, and the New Orleans Pelicans signed him. Now, I had some reports saying that DeMarcus Cousins was mad about, Julius Randle joining the Pelicans. I also heard that DeMarcus, since nobody offered him a max, he was mad at everybody. So he's like, all right, you know what? I'll just go to the Golden State Warriors and sign a 5-year contract. I don't really know DeMarcus Cousins. I don't like you, man. He's just, this is just ruining the NBA. I am still gonna watch the NBA. I'm gonna watch all the other 29 teams. Am I gonna watch the Warriors? I probably will watch a couple games just to see how they do with DeMarcus. See if just to see, maybe be kind of entertaining, but I don't want to watch them on daily because it's just going to ruin the NBA because you know they're probably going to sweep the every single team. So it's going to be really disappointing. But Marcus Smart, he has not finalized a deal yet. J.J. Redick does go back to the 76ers. As I said, Trevor Ariza joins the Suns. Derek Favors goes back to the Utah Jazz. Now Isaiah Thomas, he was on the Lakers. He was on Boston, averaging I think about 29 points a game. He was traded to the Cavs for Kyrie Irving. He was not the same. He had a hip injury, never came the same. Then he was traded to the Lakers. LeBron joins the Lakers. I don't know if he'll go back to the Lakers. They said that IT trying to finalize a deal with Orlando, so maybe he's going to be going to Orlando. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. All right, now Tyreke Evans. He was on Memphis. He just signed, I can't remember how many years, but he just signed with the Indiana Pacers. If you guys don't know, Indiana lost Lance Stevenson, a shooting guard, and I think he went to the Lakers, and they needed a shooting guard. They needed another shooting guard like Lance Stevenson. So they acquired Tyreke Evans. I think it's going to be really good. They're going to have Victor Oladipo still, Miles Turner, Tyreke Evans. I think this is definitely a playoff team. They did make the playoffs last season as I think it's like a 7th seed or something like that. Maybe I'm tripping, but 6th, 7th seed was the Indiana Pacers last season in the playoffs. Next, we got Jabari Parker. If I am correct, If I am correct, Jabari Parker has not yet signed with the team. Now, if you guys don't know, my favorite team is the Chicago Bulls, and there's been some rumors Jabari, maybe going to the Chicago Bulls. I really would like to see that. But, personally, I would not sign him on a big contract. I would only give him maybe 1 or 2 years, probably about 2 years, maybe 2 years, 30 mil, something like that. He is a injured player. He gets injured a lot, and I don't want to pay him a lot of money if he's barely going to play, if he's going to be injured most of the season. So personally, I would not give him a huge contract. I would only give him 1 or 2 years, maybe $30 million for Jabari Parker. If he came to Chicago, if I was the GM, that's what I would do personally. But yeah. Jusuf Nurkic, I don't think he has yet finalized a deal. And we got Zach LaVine, okay? Back to Chicago, my favorite team. I've heard reports that Zach LaVine, that the Kings are trying to land Zach LaVine. Personally, I want Zach to come back, man. But I don't know how much cap we will have if we keep Zach and Brandon and Jabari Parker. Now we can give up Omar Asik, or whatever you say his name. He's having like $11 million on his contract. A guy that don't even play. So you can release him. You get 11 extra million there. You can maybe trade Christian Felicio for a couple of second-round draft picks, and you're going to have a lot of cap space. You could probably keep Zach LaVine, Brandon Jabari Parker, maybe Brandon somebody else, and you'll have a solid squad there. Let me get some more water. Alright, next guy we got Will Barton. He agreed to a 4-year, $54 million deal back with the Denver Nuggets. If I'm correct, the Denver Nuggets are about the same team as they was last season. I doubt if they're going to make any moves. They dropped right out of the playoffs. Not many playoffs, but with Barton, 4-year deal. All right, Toronto Raptors, they were a first seed in the East last year. And personally, I think they're going to keep their squad. And they signed, I forgot his first name. Fred VanVleet back on a 2-year, $18 million deal. So he comes back to the Raptors. And personally, I think they're just going to keep their whole squad. And, personally, if they keep their whole squad, they're not going to win the finals. But I don't think any team's going to be able to win the finals, okay? Unless the salary cap was never made, Or unless Kawhi's like, I'll come to LA under $5 million. And then maybe I don't know who else is a big name out there. Maybe like Kristaps. Man, I'll come to LA under a 2-year deal. Or Westbrook, I'll come to LA under a 2-year deal, Unless that happens, nobody's probably going to be beating the Golden State Warriors, I think everybody probably knows that, probably thinks that, so. That's how I think anyways. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so the next person is Avery Bradley. He does go back to the Clippers under a 2-year, $25 million deal. Talking a lot makes my throat sore. But yeah, he does go back to the Clippers, 2-year, $25 million deal. Maybe if I talk quieter, my throat won't be too bad. Rajon Rondo, he was on the Pelicans. He signed with the Lakers under a 1-year, $9 million contract. So, LA, he is a veteran. He's a solid player. Personally, I don't like him I like him as a basketball player, but I don't like him as a person. But he'll probably do pretty good in LA. He was doing pretty good in the playoff Rondo. So, I think he might do solid in LA. Alright. Next guy here is Cardwell Pope, if I said his name right. He re-signed with the Los Angeles Lakers under a 1-year, $12 million contract. So welcome back to LA there. Rudy Gay, he goes back to the San Antonio Spurs under a 1-year, $2 million contract. So he's gonna be going back to San Antonio. Alright. Now, Rodney Hood is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I heard reports that the Bulls are trying to get him. He has not yet finalized a deal with any team or signed with any team or anything like that. So, Rodney Hood, you think he's going to be going back to Cleveland? Is Kevin Love going to leave Cleveland? Who really knows? You know, Cleveland got the young talent and Colin Sexton in the NBA draft for the 8th pick. You know, are they going to rebuild? But, I mean, I heard reports that the Cavs, they don't want to rebuild. They still want to be a contending or a superstar team. They are not in rebuilding mode. So I don't know if they're going to trade Kevin Love or what's going to happen. Now, personally, I don't know. Maybe they're going to see the first year. Maybe if I was the GM, I would let the season roll out the first year and just see how the season does. You know, if we don't make the playoffs or anything like that, I'll be like, all right, let's move Kevin Love. You know, let's get him out of here. And if we're going in rebuilding mode, you know, keep Colin Sexton, but let's get Kevin Love out of here. Maybe trade Rodney Hood. See what we get in value of that. Maybe trade some draft picks just to see. You don't know. But if you're in rebuilding mode, you want to keep those draft picks, you know. But maybe ship Kevin Love out of there. I don't know if they want to keep Jordan Clarkson, you know, Larry Nance Jr. But, you know, that's just options for the Cavs, what they can do in the future. All right, now Joe Harris. He goes back to the Brooklyn Nets under a 2-year, $16 million deal. Now, if you guys don't know Dwight Howard, he was on the Nets, but he had a buyout, and he signed with the Wizards, I think, under a 1-year deal. I think that's pretty solid because they did trade Gortat to the LA Clippers for Austin Rivers. You know, he was causing problems in the locker room. So now they picked up Dwight Howard. I think it's going to be a solid center for the Wizards. He's been around a lot of teams lately. You know, he started out in Orlando. I think he went to the Lakers, then the Rockets, then the Hornets, then the Nets, now to the Wizards. So he's been around a lot of teams. He is a solid player. You know, my favorite Dwight Howard was Orlando Dwight Howard, of course. He was an amazing player, man. I wish he's still in his prime playing for Orlando. That'd be amazing. But now Orlando, they got a guy's name I can't even pronounce, Nikola Vucevic or whatever, and then they picked up Mo Bamba with the 6th pick. Now the Bulls had the 7th pick, and the Bulls should have got him. Come on now. The Bulls should have got him. I wish he fell one more spot, because I know the Bulls would have picked him up. Something else about the draft, Michael Porter Jr. This was a surprise to everyone. People's mock drafts were saying that the Chicago Bulls was going to pick up Michael Porter Jr., simply pick up Wendell Carter Jr. And Michael Porter Jr. has I guess he has a big injury with his back. He fell down to the 14th pick with the Denver Nuggets. Now, will he be the same will he live up to his hype like he did, a year ago? Or will he be a bust, alright? Now, this could be a big steal for the Denver Nuggets, personally. The Denver Nuggets could get Michael Porter Jr. He can be the best he could ever be and not get injured again. And he could maybe be an MVP one of these days, or he might be a bust. We don't really know for sure until, a couple of seasons. And, if he gets injured, then he gets injured, you know what I'm saying? But we don't really know for sure. Alright. So the next thing is, let me see here, my phone will work faster. That would really help. My gosh, guys, my phone is so slow that it's just crazy. Alright, but Dante Exum goes back to the Utah Jazz under a 3-year, $33 million contract. Let me talk about this with you guys real quick. Dante Exum. Me personally, if I was the GM of the Utah Jazz, I wouldn't give him $33 million. I wouldn't give him a 3-year. The minimum I would give him is a 2-year I would give him a 2-year, $20 million contract. Me personally, I'm not going to give him a 3-year, $33 million. I don't think he deserves that. I mean, he is a solid player. He does a lot for the team, but I don't think he's yet at that stage to deserve that much money. And I would not sign him under that many years because you don't. I mean, personally, I don't think he can live up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? With this contract, anyways. So I would not give him that much contract, that much money. Under 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Alright, but next we're going to go on to Elfrid Payton. He was on the Suns. He was traded, if I'm correct, by the Orlando Magic to the Suns. And he agreed to 1 year with the New Orleans Pelicans, $2.7 million. So, he's going to go to New Orleans with Julius Randle and Anthony Davis. Alright, so the next the person we're talking about here is Nerlens Noel. I think I've already been through that. He signed a 2-year, $3.5 million with the Thunder. Next is Dirk. So Dirk did sign back with the Mavs. Okay, I did not get that report, but he signed back with the Mavs under a 1-year, $5 million contract. Yes, I think this will probably be his last year in the NBA. Maybe he can give, Luka Doncic, or how you say his name, some advice, some veteran talents, and probably his last year in the NBA personally. Alright, next. Ersan Ilyasova, or how he say his name. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name. But he goes back to his former team, the Bucks. He was playing for the 76ers. He decides to go back to the Milwaukee Bucks under a 3-year, $21 million contract. I mean, this is a solid move for the Bucks, but why would he want to leave the 76ers? Why would the 76ers want to give him up, The 76ers are a top team in the East, but, they do what they do, you know what I'm saying? Alright, next is Aaron Baines with the Boston Celtics. He goes back to the Boston Celtics under a 2-year, $11 million contract. So he's going to be going back to Boston. Michael Beasley has not yet went to a team yet. Dwayne Wade is the same. We got Ed Davis. Portland gave up Ed Davis. Don't know why Ed Davis wanted to leave Portland, but he does. He goes to the Nets under a 1-year, $4.4 million contract. Don't really know what Ed Davis is doing there. Now, Jeff Green did play for the Cavs. Probably because LeBron left, he left. He goes to his hometown, if I'm correct, back to Washington under a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. Amari Johnson, he goes back to the 76ers. Darian Grant goes back to the Thunder. Marco Bellinelli goes back to his former team, the Spurs, under a 2-year, $12 million contract. Lance Stevenson, of course, goes back to the Lakers. Mario Hernandez from the Orlando Magic goes to the Knicks under a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. Seth Curry goes to Portland under a 2-year, $2.75 million contract. Doug McDermott from the Mavs, he did play for the Bulls, then he went to the Knicks, then he went to the Mavs, and then he went to the Pacers. He signed a 3-year, $22 million contract. Now, Doug McDermott, he is a solid player, but would I give him a $3-year contract? I don't think so. I think personally, I would only give him 2 years, but that is just me. I know a lot about the NBA, but I don't know much about salary and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And also, JaVale McGee, he goes to the Lakers on a minimum contract 1-year deal. Alright, I think that should be it there for me for this episode of NBA Talks NBA, a new series that's going to be brought to you guys every single week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Fridays. And I think that might be it for us, If there's, any new reports, anything else that comes out that is big or anything I want to talk about, any news for the NBA, I will see you guys Friday, and I'll talk to I'll talk to you guys Friday about that. So let me just go through this real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anything. It don't really look like I am, but if I am missing anything, let me know down below what I missed, and I can talk about it next week. But hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And oh, there is something I'm missing. There is something I'm missing. I'm surprised I missed this. Summer League. Let's talk about Trae Young. Is Trae Young bust? Is Trae Young a bust? So he went. I know in the Summer League, his debut against the Memphis Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson, I think, dropped like 8 threes. He had like 20-some points. Trae Young, when he started off, he went like 0 for 9, 0 for 10. He was just chucking threes. He airballed a couple. He wasn't doing too good. I think he got like 12 points that game. Second game was a rough game too. Was this a bad move by the Atlanta Hawks? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think Trae Young is going to be a bust? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you guys don't know, Marvin Bagley, he had a pretty solid game so far. When he dunked on Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner, I do like his play style. I watched him when he played for Michigan. He did pretty good. But now he's going to be playing for the Lakers. And now the first game of the Bulls Summer League is Saturday. I can't wait to watch that game. Chandler Hutchinson, Wendell Carter Jr. I'm ready. But I'll let you know about those games on Friday. Maybe in some videos coming up, I might just mention it, but I'm fully going to sit down and talk about it next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But I think this was a pretty long video. I'm not really sure how long this was. Probably around, I'm going to say around 20-some minutes, 30 minutes maybe. I'm not really sure, but if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And leave your comments down below. What kind of video do you want to see next? What kind of videos do you want to see on this channel, series, anything like that? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, like I said. Turn on the notifications so you never miss an upload from me. I'm going to be trying to upload daily, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now make sure you click this video right here on the screen. That leads you to my last video. And click that icon of my channel so you can subscribe. Now today has been Triple Splash. Hope you guys did enjoy. Until then, it's been Triple Splash. Like I said, peace out, bud.